Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Modern Apes podcast. I'm your host, Daniel Bridgegad. We're live from the Stan Studio, baby. Round something or other. Sitting to my right, as always, the Vampire King, King Possum, Lord Meerkat. It's the one and only Tristan Bowling.
Mushy Mushy, Monkey Monkey.
And Monkey. Dude, this week we decided we're going back and forth. Sometimes there's going to be fun, upbeat topics, and other times we're going to do wackadoo cult leaders, which is what this one's about.
Is yours a wackadoo?
Name a non-wackadoo cult leader. That's an oxymoron.
Well, I mean, I understand.
Willy Wonka. He had a bunch of
the one I go to makes perfect sense. Right? He speaks directly to God. No,
that seems to be a common trope. When I was researching like what to do, there's always like one through line, and it's somehow all these are divine and have just a fucking, tin can phone setup with God.
Dude, it is. If you get if you're hanging out with people for like 5 years straight, and you're just like, you know why I knew that sandwich was good, and you love it. God told me. Eventually you'd be like, all right, he might be talking to God, and then you move to a commune.
Because technically all the big religions have bros that have tethers to God, but they can only get so close before people stop believing. If they were just like, yeah, I was talking to God right before this, told me he just ate an egg sandwich, we'd be like, all right, calm down. But in a cult, they're like, did he put seasoning on the egg sandwich?
Yeah. Yeah. This is the Lord's egg sandwich.
So was your person violent?
Oh yeah.
Mine's violent-ish, but not too violent. So I'm not a big
my guy's like cartoon level bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
mine's not. I tried to find the cult that I thought I could fall for myself.
Yeah.
It's a bad white bitch. Patty, could we pull up the Mother God, please?
Oh God. First off, great skin in Fortnite.
The Mother God?
Yeah,
they have a Mother God skin?
You gotta finish the battle pass.
I didn't know they had a Mother God skin. Okay, that's fucking
That's
sweet.
not even true. I'm lying. You thought that was real?
Well, no, because I thought you knew, because it's a little bit more popular than I thought, because it's from like 2018.
I had no idea who the Mother. It's like the same realm of Nexium type cults and shit like that.
Yeah, this cult is so new. They grew to fame off of a YouTube following.
Oh, Karen Feehan.
Yeah.
Okay, Amy Carlson, the Mother God herself, is just Karen Feehan.
The Mother God's kind of bad, and that's her before she started doing perkadoodles and drinking all the goddamn time.
Oh, okay.
Weirdly enough, gets hotter right before it gets bad. But
I love it how she's just like, I'm going to be taken seriously in this cult. I'm going to wear a $15 tiara that goes into my hair with like the little comb.
She does. Well, it goes heroin chic a little bit. All right, so let me give you some backstory on Amy Carlson. Right, she was born in 1975. How old did that make her? 1975. Roughly? She died when she was 45, I think. But that was a couple years.
Well, it's 2025.
Damn, I'm bad at math. She'd be 50 right now.
I think so, yeah.
Damn, all right, yeah. So she was phasing out of her peak years anyway. So
Would she be 60 or 50, Pat? Okay, cool, thank you.
Damn, I thought he was laughing. I was like, these two monkeys.
I know, I didn't say.
That's hilarious. All right, so she was born can you guess the state she was born? Where do you think most cult leaders come from?
Florida, baby.
With the South, you were close. Alabama.
Really, Alabama?
Yeah, she was good.
I think Bama made more like mega church preachers, which I almost did.
That's a cult leader as well. What do you think Joel Osteen's not out here being the most successful cult leader of all time? What are you talking about?
I almost went in on mega church people. Like,
is that what you're gonna do?
That's what I almost did.
It's modern day cult leadership. Anytime a 70-year-old man has 3-month-old teeth and just a full head of hair, you're just like,
he's like, I need a Gulfstream jet.
He told me I needed yet another G6 to spread the word of God.
Like, and it has to have a pool in the back.
It has to have a pool in the back. You're like, why do you always have a gaggle of young hoes following you around?
The Lord divine.
Hey, Mr. Joel, I found money in the walls.
Just puts cum on the cross like Ash Tuesday on your forehead.
Is that what that is? That's when they do that? That's for Lent, right?
Something.
All right, I'm Jewish. Anyway, so this lady, she was good with words, right? Always like a decent student growing up, good at English, not too great at math, which turns out to be her downfall. Grew up in like a divided household, moved out of her one dad's house because the dad was beating on the mom, so exposed to like domestic violence and weird social
besides the domestic violence, she has your exact childhood.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It make no mistake. Oh man, I got to tell you some shit on the IA. I'm basically a cult leader and a horrible person. But yeah, just kind of narcissistic. That's a quality you have to have in order to run a cult. You have to kind of think. Not only do you have a connection to God, most of these niggas are like, I'm just God.
Yeah.
Specifically, she thought. So this is fun. These are like the beliefs of Mother God. So Carlson's teachings revolved around the idea that she was the 534th incarnation of Mother God, a deity who is destined to lead exactly 440,000 believers out of the superficial reality of the 3D world and into the fifth dimension or a higher
Skip
existence.
the fourth dimension.
There isn't a need for a fourth dimension.
Yeah, we're above that.
She's in the fourth dimension right now while we're having this conversation.
That
It's
was
not
Mother God
important.
like 367. All right.
Well, that was pretty much the belief. So like the belief was basically she is this she's just raw. She's raw. She's this all-knowing fucking deity from Egypt.
Nice.
That is respawned. She's claimed
Also, by the way, Mother God sounds like they'll team up to do an album with Earth Gang, and that'd be so good.
Mother God and Earth, but it didn't get past fucking screening, so they had to release it as an EP on SoundCloud under a fake name like Travis Scott.
I liked it though.
It was all right.
I still found it.
It's a soundtrack to the new Spyro movie. No, she claimed to have been Mother Earth, Gaia, Cleopatra, Jesus Christ, Joan of Arc, Harriet Tubman.
Nice.
She's culturally relevant.
I love it because I don't think that was just like an instant in a day where she's like, she eventually found out she's like, oh, I'm Mother Earth. I'm also Gaia. And I'm like, I'm Jesus Christ. And one day she was just watching something on the History Channel and it was just like Harriet Tubman. She's like, her.
Yeah, one of her followers was probably like, I think Harriet Tubman's pretty chill. You're like, that's convenient, bitch, because you know that's me as well.
Yeah.
What a sick life to be. Anytime you're just at Chuck E. Cheese and one of your fucking underlings is like, I like it here. And you're like, I'm the mouse.
Do you know what cult leaders, what I realized cult leaders have? They have overconfident third grader like kind of energy where they're just like, well, I'm that too. And also I'm invisible and I disappeared. You can't fight me. I win.
I may be a cult leader because like growing up, I would always pick the teams for both sides of whatever sport we were playing at recess. And when the team that I made definitely worse than all the other teams, I would just tell them to be better and then it would be more fair. And there were no real like repercussions for my actions. We just won. My record in school was probably like 170-0. Never got tired. Never got challenged.
Yeah.
It's the problem.
You're running this shit, brother.
Yeah. I sent a kid into got football taken away because I sent a kid into a chain link fence. That's a story for another day.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so this guy's all those things. He also claimed to be Marilyn Monroe and Elvis Presley because why not? You can be
both, dude.
You can be God and the King at the same time.
I mean, to be fair, once you get to like God, Gaia, Jesus Christ, you're just like, all right, you the Teletubbies too, bitch.
Yeah, like when's Elvis coming up? Exactly.
Yeah, what's up?
And then this is fun. So you would like this. This is why I could get sucked into this because if you just look at this from not like look at it just like not as a cult, but as like a fun sci-fi film, it's sick. So she needed to regularly commune with the Galactics.
Okay.
Which is an
offshoot of the Guardians of the Galaxy, correct?
She needed to commune with the Galactics.
They got Sprocket Baboon.
Yeah, they have Star
Warrior.
Yeah, Star Maiden. What?
Oh.
So the Galactics basically are celebrities. They're ethereal, spiritual ambassadors, as she said, largely made up important, like deceased celebrities.
Hey guys, I'm gonna go talk to the Brad Pitt of Mars.
I was gonna say I'll give you 3 guesses because she anointed this guy like the high priest, basically, of the Galactics. Name a celebrity, alive or dead. You get 3 guesses. You think would be the high priest of the Galactics?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Not even close.
Really? Okay. Martin Scorsese.
Weirdly closer.
Okay, Steven Spielberg?
No, but
Damn it.
Robin Williams, head of the Galactics.
Oh, here comes up. Everybody, I'm a part of the Galactics. Everyone, oh, I'm just a little galactic running around. Look at me, talking to this weird bitch. Imagine if she was right. Imagine she just like, do you know, like Robin Williams employed like over 100 homeless people in his films. One day he just ran into like Trixie who gives a shit. And then he's just like, I think you're one of the universe. You know, anything you want to hear. And then she just fucking ran.
Hairy arms and everything. That would have been my dead giveaway to realize this bitch was crazy. The
bitch watched
like,
Mork and Mindy once,
yeah,
and
like,
she was like, "Yeah, that's real."
Yeah, you're like the genie. The genie is the head of everything, and you're like, no. Goodwill Hunting, Robin Williams.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, gotcha.
It's not your fault.
Yeah, there was Robin Williams. You were close. Patrick Swayze, John Lennon, who she gave a different name and identified him as Ashter. That's not his real name, is it?
No.
All right, cool. So that's her nickname personally for John Lennon.
Gotta know him.
Fucking whack.
Yeah, gotta know him. Ashter, party animal.
Yeah. Whitney Houston, Prince, Steve Irwin, Carrie Fisher.
You keep Irwin out of this.
It's been through it.
You keep him out of this. That you've gone over the line, miss.
You could just tell this crazy lady's fucking take. Rodney Dangerfield had to get a comic in there.
Oh, dude.
No
respect.
I get no respect.
I get no respect.
38th on the crazy lady's call sheet. I get no respect.
I come to the galactic thing. I gotta sit in the back.
I'm behind.
I think I'm doing an old Jewish man.
Yeah, he turned into Bernie. Bernie was just mad he's not on the list.
I got 99% of the galactics. I'm the 1%.
To end it off, Tupac, because you got good taste in music, Chris Farley, David Bowie, Gene Wilder, Michael Jackson, and this is according to the website, as well as the then living Donald Trump. We could tell who they voted for. Sorry he didn't miss.
Yeah, the then living Donald Trump. What is he, a vampire now?
Yeah, no, they must have known something, thought that kid was going to aim a little more right than he did.
Yeah.
And Carol Burnett. Carol Burnett did nothing to know it.
Carol Burnett? Oh, yeah. I was thinking Carol Baskin's the chick from Tiger King.
No, she wouldn't make the list. Crazies don't support crazies.
So did she have followers?
So yeah, she had at any given time, she had 12 to 24 followers, and they spanned all over the place. So they started in, here we go. The group traveled between Colorado, Oregon, California, and Florida prior to 2018 before moving to Moffett, Colorado. There was a succession of father gods. Now, these niggas are important as hell. Okay. So she had, I want to say 4. Jason Castillo was the last one. But the first one, this lady was living a normal life. She had a job. She had 2 kids. And she had a husband. She met the first father god. That guy took her away from everything. She just like abandoned her kids, stopped talking to her family, left her husband, went to go live with this fucking Kokomo Joe in the middle of goddamn nowhere.
Gotta go talk to Robin Williams.
Gotta go talk to Robin Williams. He convinced her that she was this divine deity. So it's kind of his fault. And then she then deems him father god when she's, I guess, anointed mother god.
Again, hard ass rap name.
I was going to say, if you take the cult bullshit out of this, it's just a sick ass like sci-fi thriller.
Dude, I could see in the like little letters of the Coachella lineup, mother and father god following 1,000 gecs. Yeah, that's some dumb shit. Bitches and neon platform shoes would definitely get down to.
Spoken word.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, they get this father god. Then she leaves the original one 2 years in because, I mean, she's still a crazy bitch at the end of the day. Eventually, they're going to do some crazy bitch shit.
Yeah.
She kicks him to the side, but at this point, she already has a couple followers, and they're starting to post on YouTube. Patty, can you see if you can find any, just any videos? I know she has some yelling at dogs. She has some yelling at kicks. By the way, you weren't allowed to do drugs in the cult. You weren't allowed to drink. If you got caught doing any of those, you got kicked out. All that being said, she was a bottle and a half a day alcoholic and just slurred her words constantly. Yeah. Oh, this is this Amy Carlson lady. Yeah. Just any short. By the way, she was on Phil, and if Phil can't fix you, you're not for Earth.
He didn't
anymore.
get the bad baby treatment.
No. He literally tried to come in and like save her, and they brought cult members on, and these people are the most brainwashed individuals on the face of the earth. Anyway, let me get back to it. So this father guy, this Jason Castillo guy, this is the last one. He was like he was in it for like funds. Like he understood
He's
that
in it
there
for
was
the money.
because they eventually got to the point where they were like, they have like a Scientology vibe where they have like classes, like they sell a class to you and then you can come in. I forget what it's called, but you get like clear basically.
Yeah.
And they come like preach their ways to you. You could also buy it for someone else and take them to the class without them knowing. That's how they would get certain people in. So like,
oh really?
A fucking fucked up like daughter got her mom into the cult without her knowing she was entering the cult.
She was just like, you want to come hang out?
Yeah, she paid for her classes and was basically like, yeah, do you want to come fucking chill? And then
this is Mother God?
No, this is no. You'll see.
I was about to say, I'm like, okay.
That was the lady interviewing Mother. You think Mother God pulled up like dead?
I was about to say, I'm like, that's.
I'd be in the cult
bad,
still
dude.
right now. If
she's bad,
like
dude. She puts together well.
Yeah, but no. Eventually, so they got up to 24. There were 2 children eventually found on the compound when it all kind of went down.
Yeah.
So here's how they would get people like convinced. Right, you were allowed to sleep 2 hours a day. You had to stay on 2 hours a day on the compound. You had to I wrote it down. It's called light work. They started a website called lightwork.com, by the way, which literally just sounds like where black people meet white chicks.
Yeah.
And
yo, that shit light work.
You'd have to stare into the sun for minutes a day.
What?
And so all these people have just like dark circles under there. They do. So after 2 days of not sleeping, here is this Phil? Yeah, play me just a little clip of Phil.
Ooh, bad look, Brian.
No.
Embraced truth. It's okay. I am God. I am Mother Gaia. Mother Earth, Great Spirit, Spider Woman, White Woman,
Elvis Presley.
told me that
It's crazy to hear her say like I am all these things when I see the obvious chevron
Look,
badge
she's
like,
hot.
of a
Look,
gas
she's
station.
hot.
Colorado. Love has won is just the new paradigm that we
So that's the name of their group. Love Has Won.
Love is one.
Love Has Won is what they settled on. And
Nice.
and they're all this like galactic being. She thinks she's tapped in. The whole thing is they're waiting for her to die, right?
Really?
Because their whole thing is they're waiting for Mother God to reach the fifth dimension so that way she can bring peace back to Earth. So low key, she didn't understand, but they were just waiting for her to die the entire time. And that's what kind of fucked her in the end, right? So they bounce around all over the place. They get like 24 people. They finally end up going to Hawaii because why not? And they're actually making money at this point. At the very end, there's an account with $300,000 in it.
Damn.
Right, so they're doing okay. So it says the group briefly moves to Hawaii. They're in Kauai, where they're met with hostility immediately.
No.
Because Islanders don't play that shit, brother.
Yeah. Are you saying a guy who already doesn't like the tourist whites coming into town has a crazy local who's just like, I'm sorry, guys, I am God and Elvis.
Yeah.
So,
I'm God, I'm Elvis, and I also invented the Loco Moco. Anyway, and that's
Yeah.
where they drew the line. They're like, no, you got to go.
No.
And so it actually got down to like local government in Hawaii came down and was like, here's the deal. Y'all niggas have to go. Because they went to an RV park. That's their thing. They pulled up to an RV park. We're 20-some people deep in one lot in an RV park. Every night they had multiple fires on the property.
Yeah.
And we're just like bonfiring that shit up. They eventually strike a deal with the Hawaiian government to pay one way for all of them to get back and get them a trailer park back in like bumfuck Colorado. Not even anywhere cool. And they finally get back there. And this is where shit gets kind of fun. So just before Carlson died in 2021, and I'll tell you how that happened in a sec, there was this dude, his name is, his last name's Lamboy, and I think his first name's like Armando, something with an A. The point is, it's not Michael, but his name in the group is Archangel Michael. He just goes,
Okay.
he just goes around. People have to call him Archangel Michael.
Mikey.
He was strictly just in it for cashola purposes. He acted as their like admin, basically. This
Hustler's got a hustle, bud.
this fool gets out of like the cult, right? Once he kind of like gets he's bleeding them from underneath this whole time from the
Yeah.
bank account. Gets out of the cult, gets his own house away from these crazy motherfuckers. Then, so these people are fucking. She's decrepitly dying this entire time. By the way, she catches like she's
Yeah,
taking,
she didn't look great in that
She's
video.
taking some form of mercury because this is during COVID.
Oh, God.
She thinks God has told her that's the cure to COVID.
I mean, she hasn't had a bad idea yet.
So she's I don't know where they're getting liquid mercury, but she's just eating mercury.
Cracking old thermometers, just doing shots.
There's a picture online that I was looking at where it was like, because her mom eventually started being like, maybe I should like go check in on this fucking lady, make sure she's not dying. Because they saw a picture of her online where
Oh my God, her mom was still alive?
yeah,
What?
her mom's someone has to watch the kids. She just up and left.
Oh, there's a dad, but
Come on, you think he's married to Mother God? You think he's equipped to raise two kids?
little gods?
No, he packed. Yeah, no, the little demigods. So he packs it up. There's a picture of her where she's blue and her hair's falling out, and that's the picture that makes her mom call the cops, and they're like, "You need to go do a wellness check on her," and they're like, "Well, we don't know where the fuck she's staying at." I go back to Lamboy, aka Archangel Michael.
Yeah.
He started an LLC in his name, but used the house that they were use his location. I'm sorry, use his location as the address on the LLC. These dumb niggas, the cult, as she's like dying, she used to be carried around everywhere at this point. They have nowhere else to go, so they pull up to this nigga's house after not seeing him for like a while. He's almost normal. They bring her kind of like in
Dying
there.
body.
He thought she was dying. She had been dead for like 2 weeks at this point.
Oh, she been dead?
Blue. So they like mummified her as like a shrine. So she's like blue and dead. That picture that the mom saw, she was dead in.
Oh my God.
It was just a picture on Instagram where she's just dead. Her hair's falling out. She looked like Cynthia. And then so they have her body, shrine the fuck up. The cops pull up. multiple times, and if you're a consenting adult, you can just be like, yeah, you guys can't come in. So one of the fucking members of the cult, every time they came, would force Archangel out the way, and then they would just be like, nah, we're good, until eventually the mom just came by one time and noticed there was a stench, and then went back, got the cops came in. She's blue as a Smurf on the couch, wrapped in a camp, like a sleeping bag, and they have Christmas lights wrapped around her, and her eyes are gone.
Ew.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm pretty much, and from the perspective of the cult, they're like, yeah, this is the whole plan.
Yeah, well, and the shitty part is the cult denied her. This is like the eerie, like full circle thing. So eventually she got sick enough that she was like, yeah, modern medicine, retards. Somebody take me to a fucking doctor now.
I'm sick of sucking on thermometers.
And she has 20 fucking cult members being like, no, you're a mother god. You have to ascend to the 5th dimension. That's all you've ever fucking talked about.
But it hurts.
Basically, she's sitting there. She's like, but.
But Robin, help me.
And so they sat there and just kept feeding her mercury for as long as it took for her to die.
Damn, dude, they just poisoned her to death.
And then shrined her and lived with her dead body. And then took her to that one fool's house. And then he got the cops called, came in. He didn't get arrested. Archangel didn't get arrested. Took all the fucking cult members out. They got arrested. Guess who controls the bank to the cult?
Oh, good old Archangel Michael. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, baby.
Get that stinky bitch out of my house. I have 300,000 large.
Who's dumb now, Mom? You dumb bitch. You thought when I joined the cult at 19 I'd never amount to anything. Guess what?
I have a retirement fund.
I tricked a stupid drug addict into killing herself and took all her money.
People killed her for me.
Anyway, Mother God. And then that's basically it. And now there's still like variations of Mother God, and they post on YouTube still frequently.
Damn, dude.
Turns out you can't do anything about a cult. I was kind of like looking into that. Like, what's the regulation for like, hey, when can we like bust the doors down on this shit? Literally not until you're outside of like your stronghold being like, we'll never fucking surrender.
It takes a lot.
Yeah,
and that what brings me to my story.
Yeah, you seem like you have them where someone held up with a Tommy gun being like, I wish you'd break inside.
I wish it was that, like, that seems like a 2-on-2 combat. Someone's fighting. This is just a man hurting people.
It's one guy?
One guy.
How do you have a cult with one guy?
I mean, it's not... Dumbass. It's one guy who's the leader of the cult. A cult with the guy in the room by himself.
That's a Chuck Norris joke. Chuck Norris is so cool. He can do a cult by himself.
He kicked through your mom. Shut up, dude. All right, so I'm talking about the Anthill Kids, which was started by a man named Roach Thoreau.
It sounds like the group of kids you hung out with in your neighborhood that my mom wouldn't let me chill with.
It does sound like an early Sunday morning, afternoon, like one season Nickelodeon show.
Mom, can I go hang out with Tristan? No, you don't need to hang out with any of the Anthill Kids.
Yeah, it sounds like my jeans are dirty.
Kid licks dirt.
Shut up. All right, so he was born May 16th, 1947, close to my birthday.
Old.
Yeah. Old man. This all happened in like the 80s.
Okay.
He died in 2011.
All right, so his sexual peak, which fuels most of this.
Yeah. So so he's notably smart, but dropped out of school in 7th grade. He had a
How is that? And I guess that happened more back in the day. People were just like, well, I'm done. Time to join the factory.
I don't know if it was because he didn't like school or he didn't like authority. Or like both.
A little bit of both. Well, see, that used to be the option. It wasn't always an option to just come back with a fully automatic something with a bump stock. Sometimes you just left everyone alone.
The reason why he kind of like grew up and didn't like authority was because growing up, he was obsessed with the Old Testament. Especially like prophecies of doomsday.
What the fuck is that?
Like in the Old Testament, like God coming back, bringing hell upon earth, and then like restarting and stuff like that. It's the whole Old Testament.
Oh, so he was like one of those OG, the end is near doomsday guys?
Yeah. Yeah, he was he didn't have a bright look for the future. Let me tell you.
All right.
Very doom and gloom.
The end is near. There's gonna be an Indian black woman president. The end is near. Like, all right, buddy.
But he's also notably charismatic.
Well, they all are. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like he's like kind of next level, like Fallout 3, 100 points in charisma.
Yeah, make no mistake, all these guys fuck.
Yeah. So he became a Seventh-day Adventist, but got excommunicated because he tried to take too much power.
How does that, which, by the way, it's so cool to be a cult leader until it's not.
Yeah.
Until just to gather, like to really like grab the hearts of other people and be like, I'll follow you into battle. And by battle, I mean, I'll drink cyanide in a forest. You're like, it's not cool anymore.
Yeah, man.
Once you start putting kids in cages and turn the lights off on stuff, it's no good.
Yeah.
But just having a gaggle of sluts, What single guys want to gaggle a
You
slut?
sound like Chris D'Elia.
All right, never mind.
Notably charismatic.
Gaggle a slut.
So he started basically going to bars and even churches and like restaurants and stuff like that. And he would just talk to people and just charisma the fuck out of them. But he would always go back to like his religious beliefs and stuff like that.
Okay.
And so like he was also a full-bodied fibber. Basically making himself like, hey, if you need sympathy from me, he would say some fibs to give you like sympathy and stuff like that. No matter what happened, he's like, oh, this something happened to me like that. And you know what really helped me? God, and stuff like that. So he was basically getting people to be more interested in him, no matter what.
Okay.
Like I said, very third grader overconfidence.
Yeah.
Yeah, running around, he's got pink frosting all over his mouth. He's at his birthday party, sugar high.
Did you know I'm pretty cool? Did you know I'm a cool guy?
Yeah, do you know, I'm a cool guy.
Yeah. Okay. So he's out here rizzing people up in the 40s. No, probably
Yeah.
55. What? 55, 60? Or, he says in the 80s.
This is in like early 70s.
Okay. Oh, I can picture him. Taco meat, Bob Ross haircut.
Yeah. Yeah. If you want to look up Patrick Roach Thoreau.
Calling bitches groovy.
Yeah. Roach Thoreau, he does in the end look like a nut house.
Well, yeah, it would be a shock if, like, I mean, there has to be a successful cult leader at some point that just, like, from top to bottom, just never, like, you know, got cracked out or had a hair.
No, just look up Anthill Kids. You spelled that wrong. Yeah, you almost got it. Yeah, right.
it's French. All right.
Yeah, he's Canadian. Well, the Anthill
damn.
disaster is, it's that guy.
Bro, he looks like a white Pakistani. What the hell? Who the hell is this guy? He looks like my
Roach
Uncle
Thoreau
Ralph.
bin Absi Sadi. Yeah. Does look like an ominous Santa.
Looks like American Bin Laden.
He does look like American Bin Laden, Patrick. That is correct.
Yeah, what?
No, so basically, over the years, he's developed a bunch of friends in his local town, and they all kind of like flock around him, stuff like that. And it kind of like one step to another step, he basically gets them through some of their hardships, and it all leads back to him. And eventually, he starts a commune in the mountains in Sainte Marie, Quebec, where he has some followers with him. He told people they could live a free sin, no worries at all. With one exception, God's coming back, and he's fucking pissed, dude.
That's I understand that sell. He's at least what he's selling, I kind of get. The other lady was selling some bullshit. She's like, I am whatever the hell. This guy's just giving you a warning. He's like, hey, by the way, I know some shit you don't. You're about to be fucked.
Yeah, he's like, all right, you come in, live in my commune, you know, it'll be a fun time, but also just letting you know, I think God's coming back.
Fire! Ah!
Yeah, and so in February 1979, he says the Earth is going to be destroyed by God, and they need to go somewhere.
By God.
By God.
God's coming down. He's really going to fuck you up.
He's fucking mad, bro. I talked to God on the phone earlier. He's fucking pissed.
Yo, he's wicked pissed.
Wicked pissed, bro.
Wicked pissed, bro.
Socks just lost, bro. Do not go around God right now, bro. He's freaking mad pissed.
That's some shit I would do. Rig the game just so I can lose and be mad over some shit that I control.
Yeah, just have a bad attitude.
That's my God.
Yeah. You know, I'm making a cult leader. Fuck it. Socks lost. Fuck it.
I'm making a cool. Fuck it. Jerry Jones is going to live till he's 78,500 years old.
Who gives a fuck? All right. So 79, he says, God's coming back. Going to bring hell and damnation with him.
Good year. God has to come back in 79?
Yeah.
Couldn't wait till 80?
Nope.
All right.
10 years past the summer of 69. So he let them have their fun. And so 1978, he's like, we should probably go somewhere that like be protected from God's, which I don't.
You know, the middle of nowhere.
No, they just go higher into the mountains.
All right.
They go to the top of, what is it? No, so they go to the top of Saint Jogues. It's French. With him, 4 men, 9 women, and 4 kids. So
he tells these guys they're going to get the high ground on a guy from heaven. Got it. All right.
yeah.
They're going to roll up the hill.
No, they're going to destroy the earth down there.
Okay. Yeah.
Not the earth up here.
No, the earth we're on is fine.
The earth we're on is perfectly fine. So once he made it to the top of the mountain, this is where the name of the anthill kids come from. Because Roke did nothing. He got there, kicked up his feet, got himself a little chippy salsa, and then watched all of his, like, community, his like all of his cult followers and stuff like that, build an entire commune.
Yeah, dog, he's Moses. In the Bible, it wasn't like, and then Moses did all the shit and still set up. No, if I cook dinner, nigga, y'all do the dishes. I got you here.
Didn't even cook dinner.
Figure it out.
He basically, what he did was like, God's coming, walked like a mile and a half, and he's like, and here.
Yeah,
and then just like,
looks good.
where's my lemonade?
I mean, pretty chill. I mean, once again, you have a gaggle of, he had 4 dudes. Wait, did you say there were kids?
Yeah.
There's always kids.
4 men, 9 women, and 4 kids.
But then that's how you hear those stories. Aren't there a couple of comedians who low-key grew up on a commune?
Yeah.
Yeah, where it's like, I guess someone had to grow up out of those kids.
Thank God they didn't grow up on this commune.
Jesus
Because
Christ.
it starts to go not so good.
Okay.
So he was keeping the members tired, basically making them build everything and therefore make them easy to control.
Mandated like no sleep, or just like was working them, they didn't sleep?
They wake up, they build, they like all thoughts and all like questions go through him. So like it's like, oh, Roth, where should we go? What should we do? What should we build?
Did he have like a commander in chief? Because my guy had a commander in chief. No.
Just homeboy. He wants nobody else. He's got like some people that he like likes more and stuff like that. But you will quickly find that he does not treat the people he likes very good, as well as very badly for the people he doesn't.
Are we partaking in any drugs?
No. I'll get into that a little bit. So they basically spend the entirety of 1978 into 1979 building, and then once the day comes, we're still here, so God didn't show up. And they're
I know this guy's lying.
Yeah, so they're like questioning him. They're like, what happened? And Roach said, it's God's time. It's not our time.
Smart answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the fuck, man? You're like, oh, you want me to tell God what to do?
Yeah.
Fuck, nigga, what do I look like to you?
And he also got in an argument with one of the people about the Israeli versus the Roman calendars, which I imagine is just 2 parrots squawking at each other.
Which one did they go off of?
Whichever one Roach made was right. So.
No, because that begs the question, which side? Because if he was saying that they were on the normal Christian calendar, then that means somebody in the camp is Jewish and is like, excuse me, who he tricked a Jew into coming with him up a mountain?
It's like the Israeli like old like how Jesus was Jewish. It's like the old Israeli text of the Bible and stuff like that.
That's the Jewish calendar. That's the reason Hanukkah it moves around on the Christian calendar, is because it goes off of the Jewish calendar.
I don't know if there's any Jews in here.
Okay, and there's just a guy who's like, well, what about the calendar? You're like, shut up, Larry.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think Mr. Rabinowitz is going to be like, so he's not working all day? So he's not working all day.
That's what I thought was the most impressive, was just some guy being like, yo, is he going to, that's nuts, Philly. Just be like, yo, is he going to do anything? Is he going to get up and he's like, I need a seat of Metafin.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
How long until coleslaw? How long until we build coleslaw?
Did you bring any mustard?
Yeah, no. So basically, what he was doing with all this, he was stretching so he could have more people in the commune. He's stalling
because he's lying,
and he's doing a great job at it because more people are coming to the commune.
Cool.
Yeah,
he hasn't done anything bad yet, low key. He just tricked a bunch of idiots.
So what the next thing he does is not the most cool. So people come in there with their like wives respectively and stuff like that. They're like, oh, we're a couple. He decides we're not doing that couple thing no more.
That's for real.
He marries all 9 ladies
that's how that works.
and proceeds to make 20 children.
Okay. All right.
Getting numbers up.
Devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Population's going down in China. Someone has to make it up on the back end. Why not this guy?
Yeah. So he was basically at that time, like he had 20 kids with 9 ladies. There's a bunch of people on the property now. And this is part of the event that eventually changes everything for the Anthill kids. So Roke did like to declare himself not only a prophet, but a healer. He was none of these things.
That's always their problem. They always think they can heal some stuff. Just stop right there. You got a commune of your own seed running around.
The only thing that sets Roke away from other people is he liked to put elbow grease into it. Give it the good old college try. So he would often do like exploratory surgeries on like members of like his commune and
So he's
stuff
just
like
like
that.
slicing people open.
Cut a guy open, look at his guts, cut him back up, and just be like, dude, I'm the man. It's crazy.
Probably
So-
no like proper sterilization. You know they don't have like there's not a morphine drip on the commune.
Yeah. Yeah, no. It's all without anesthesia.
And he's oh man, all right, never mind. See, that's the line though. Up until he started cutting niggas up, he probably just had some chickens, bunch of girls walking around, no bras on, turned
Yeah.
4 niggas into cucks.
So he never really did anything too harmful, just kind of like going through. But that changed with a 2-year-old named Samuel Gilger.
This is where it's gonna get sad.
Yeah.
This is where it's gonna get sad.
This is good. By the way, guys, this is gonna get really fucked up.
Yeah.
Like we're kind of at the top of Splash Mountain, and we're about to get our photo taken.
Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up. Keep all hands and legs inside the vehicle. There may be baby blood and guts
This will
flying
not
everywhere.
be a zippity-doo-dah-time. This will not be a zippity-doo-dah-time, I promise you. So, a 2-year-old Samuels goes up to Roke with the issue. He says, hey, my pee-pee hurts. I can't really pee-pee that well. Roke
Yeah.
is like, got it. He cuts open Sam's wiener, which Sam was not pumped about. Obviously, non-anesthetized. And so he started screaming at the top of his lungs. And this brings us to a member of the
He
commune.
cut his dick open?
Got his dick open.
Call that filet shio. How we doing?
How
Anyway,
dare you? If Felici, yeah.
yeah, keep going.
So basically, there's this guy in the commune named Guy Veard, and basically, from everyone's testimonial of this man who like knew him, he was not riding the long bus.
What do you mean?
He was a handicapped man.
Like this guy's retarded?
Yeah, yeah, a little tatted. Yeah. So
Yo, you telling me this guy's fucking retarded, bro?
no, yeah. So basically, Guy comes in.
Yeah.
Roke asks for some help, and he's like, "You need to take this kid out and discipline him for yelling while I'm trying to perform a miracle. I'm trying to help you." And he's screaming at the top of his lungs, "You need to take him out and discipline him." And he does a full Lenny of Mice and Men,
Oh, Jesus.
kills the kid.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, kills the kid. So basically, they try to cremate his body. No dice.
Well, you can't burn, like, bone doesn't
Yeah.
burn with just, like, a fire.
I'm not going to lie to you. They're not the smartest people in the world.
So they just cooked the nigga well done. They cooked basically retarded veal well done. They just left it in the campfire somewhere. Like
No, this wasn't Guy. This is Samuel. Samuel gets killed by Guy, the 2-year-old.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They got
Yeah. So he goes, he was like, throw some logs on him. He's like, did it, boss. And then,
Oh my God.
And then that doesn't work, so they bury him in near the commune. As punishment, Roke took Guy Veard and castrated him.
How do you?
He later died from his injuries.
But here's my question. Okay, but now you're down because if I'm Roke, my thing, I'm trying to get the guys out of here. Unless he's fucking them too, it's like, what do you? That's only a
Well, he needs
liability.
workers and stuff like that to like build stuff and like
Yeah, I guess so.
like hired hard hands.
That
And
is the
so
downside to having a gaggle.
the issue is at this time, the way they're making money is they're going into town selling stuff as the Anthill Kids. So these people have been seen around. So they need to go and report this death to the police.
How many years has gone by? They're like 3 and 4 year olds walking around this place.
Yeah, this is like since the first thing, it was I think 5 or 6 years.
See, this is what I'm talking. And the people by the town probably knew goddamn well there's a crazy fucking cult up there, and you
Yeah.
can't do shit about it until you find babies on the property.
Yeah, so the whole cult goes down to the police station, told them that Guy Veard was trampled by horses after he died due to his castration injuries. Because again, Roach is not a doctor.
Yo, this nigga got his dick lopped off by some Clydesdales. I promise.
Yeah, so they report the fake trampling to the police department, and the police are hesitant at first, but good old Roach just charms the pants off of them. To the point where one of the psychologists who was talking to him, like and stuff like that, was like, he's one of the most sane people I've ever met. It's like he is like perfect sound and body, and he's able to like have kids on his property. Duh, it's Roach.
Yeah, like this guy's such a chill guy. I mean, they are all his kids.
Yeah.
It's not like he got randos.
No, they had 4 kids. Remember when they started? Those weren't Roach's
those
kids.
were-
They had 4 kids.
But you have the consenting adults, like the parents with them. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Technically, it's all above board.
So the police wanted to charge him.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They literally can't.
But he talked his way out of it. But while he was talking his way out of it, he had to go to jail and stuff like that during the litigation process. And while he was in jail, the cult built a house right next to the jail and would still go to talk to Roke every single day through like the bars and stuff like that.
Damn, this guy's fucking plugged in. In
Yeah.
all honesty, minus the cutting and shit, it's just Hugh Hefner. It's a poor man's Hugh Hefner.
Yeah, no, it's insane, dude. If Hugh Hefner was also a crazy person who chopped the penis of a 2-year-old
Would you consider?
and then chopped the penis of a mentally handicapped man.
Well, that's what makes it a cult, because Hugh Hefner is the same thing, except would you consider that a cult? Gaggle of bitches. I'm sure there were 3-4 bros in the house too.
I bet it had like cult like behaviors and stuff like that, but there's not like the Anthill Kids magazine and shit like that.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
There's not a publication. So once he got back from jail, he said, "Guess what? We're leaving." And so they go to Burnt River, Ontario, and at the time in 1984,
Did they sell the house? Do you think they got a good deal?
property hunters, yeah, they took him up, just being like, "This is a 27 by 35 foot commune.
36%.
Don't mind the penis blood. That's from 2 people.
There is a dead child on the property.
Don't mention the kid, but don't dig a pool."
Don't take a pool.
So at the time in 1984, there was 40 members, including 20 of his children.
God damn. All right.
So the closet manipulation grew tighter, and he no longer allowed them to wear clothes that were not like tunics that were specifically for him. The was like, oh, it's for unity, but it's just dehumanization. Dehumanization tactic. Completely
Watching you
brain
say
fart.
big words, we could do a whole podcast about that.
Dehumanization.
Dun, 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 dun.
Guys, I'm hooked on phonics. Slowly, he started implementing more rules and stuff like that.
You have to keep them in line.
Yeah, in Burnt River, they made money by like selling maple syrup, smoked fish, and they all sold by the Anthill Kids. He doubles down on authoritarians. He doubles down.
Authoritarianism?
Shut up. These anisms are fucking me up.
You suck, dude. You just like
Authoritarian.
You know what you are?
Yeah.
You fucking retarded.
Stop it. No, that's Guy dead. And he died because his cock got chopped off.
Lopped off right there and it did.
Lopped off, put in the hoagie, po' boy, yummy, yummy. All right, keep going. Roke doubles down on authoritarianism, $10 word,
Right.
and begins drinking violently.
It's the downfall of all good men.
Yeah.
That and horse racing.
Yeah, he was doing that too.
Goddamn 7. Fuck me. Anyway, keep going.
Come on, see, biscuit. He started setting up rules where members were no longer allowed to have sex with each other or even communicate without it going through his permission.
Pause. I kind of assumed that was going to be a rule already. I thought once you started fucking everyone, there was just a no, like, that's how much of a...
you could fuck until then.
That's how much of a fucking like mono relationship person I am. I'm just like, yeah, but we're like, even though there's 20 of you, you're all for me. Like, we're not.
Yeah. So all the communication must be funneled through him. And this is when he starts doing things called gladiator tournaments, where members would have to get into a dirt ring and fight until he called forfeit.
Pretty chill.
Yeah, people were breaking their arms and noses and shit like that. He was basically like the cult leader equivalent of like give a mouse a cookie.
Is he like a big guy though? Because like, what's the enforcement here? Like, who's the?
He's talking directly to God. They've been following him for like 8 years now.
Are all these people down and out? Because that was like a similarity with mine. A lot of these people are like, it's almost like the same way the
it's like
CIA
people,
recruits.
It's like people who don't really got places to go, see like a community where it's like free of sin.
No family, bad background.
But then you get there on gladiator tournament night and you find out that is no longer the case. So basically, he got away with a lot, and things began to ramp up. Several members tried to leave, and what do you think the leaving process is?
You get killed immediately?
No.
Really? Okay.
So
then probably paperwork and a lawyer involved.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let you know, it makes blood in, blood out look like a holiday.
Really? Oh
Yeah.
no.
So it starts off pretty simple, just beating them. And when they wanted to leave, he would beat them with a belt, a hammer.
Like, can you leave after that? Is it like getting jumped out?
Yeah. He would basically beat you and just say, like, go, gone. But then he was just like, do you know what? I really don't want people to go. So what he started doing, the standard leaving procedure, which was you got tied to the ceiling. They plucked all the hairs out of your body. And then Roach, bring you on down, take a big old shit on you. Then you're free to go, pal.
Minus, well, yeah, the hair part would suck. I was kind of thinking I wouldn't mind my
He
legs being
sounds
creamy.
like a Batman villain.
Yeah, pretty. Yeah, that's like a weird fight. And then I'm gonna pick all of your leg hair out. You're like, just kill me, you fucking
Sounds
weirdo.
like the intro to that one Wu-Tang song where he's like, I'm gonna keep feeding you and feeding you, sewing your asshole shut.
Bro, just shoot me. I'm tired. of this guy.
So
So in
he started doing bizarre shit where he
starting,
would,
nigga. What are you talking about? He's picking pube hair out one by one.
well, yeah, that's not good. But to prove, he would go up to people and make them prove their faith, which included making one cult member.
Suck my cock.
No,
Really?
we're past that.
All right.
Yeah, no, he makes them break their own legs with a sledgehammer.
Whoa, that took a turn. That got elevated very quickly. This is like a whimsical thing.
Dude, it literally is like Cat in the Hat style, like Tom and Jerry fucked up stuff.
That's fucking cartel shit, bro. Here's a ball peen hammer, break your own leg.
Oh yeah, not only that, to prove their like worth and stuff like that, he would make them sit on lit stoves, shoot each other in the shoulder, cut off toes of other members to prove their loyalty, along with like sexual abuse and stuff like that. But
I was gonna say, could you imagine being one guy mind your own business doing your like cultly duties and just like Gerald tries
John!
to leave? Yeah. No, I got 6 toes because yo dumbass, sit the hell down, nigga.
why is it always me? Just a guy with one toe.
Yeah, that's how you find out you're like the runt of the cult. You're like you get everything taken out on you.
But he's just sitting there late one night. You just hear the door open to your cabin. It's just like, just do it, man. Just do it. I got like 2 toes left.
That's 2-toe Ted. You know where he's going? No way.
Yeah. So, and the punishment wasn't exclusively for the adults. He would do some mean shit to kids. He once, as a punishment, when kids were like acting up and stuff, he nailed them to a tree and had the other kids throw rocks at him.
What the fuck?
Right? Isn't
Bro.
that crazy?
Please tell me this fool gets fucking like, you know how they used to sack countries back in the day? Like,
Yeah.
like tell me he fell like the Ottoman Empire.
He did. It's beautiful.
Yes.
So,
Although he does look like what's that dude who's a producer but not a producer but makes songs but doesn't make songs?
oh, the
but-
one who like
Rick
helped-
Rubin. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like no
Rick-
one knows what the fuck he does.
Yeah.
But he looks like a cult leader.
Yeah, professional white guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, things kind of come to multiple. I'll try to speed through this a little bit. 1987, a woman of the commune realizing it's unfair for her to put anyone else through this but herself. So she has a 2-month-old child that she leaves to freeze to death in the snow.
87. So we're 10 years in now.
Yeah. 10 years in since when they first were like, God's coming.
And she leaves it. Why'd she leave her kid?
He leaves her kid in the snow to die because she doesn't want it to go through what Roke puts people through. She's like,
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
She's like, I deserve this. I got myself into this, but you don't. You're just born into this, so you don't need to be here. And like, yeah, I can't get you out, so this is the only way out.
Fucking A, that's grim. God damn, okay.
Yeah, so after like someone discovers the body, the police come and an actual investigation sits in and stuff like that, where they can't really get everyone out because it's a church. It's registered with Canada as a church, so they can't come in with a warrant, guns a-blazing and stuff like that.
It's a place of religious. Wait, how the hell did they get that?
Dude, they've been registered for a church this entire time. They've been a church called the Anthill Kids. It's easy to be like registered as a church, just in the same way that the God Lady was registered as a church.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah, that's what keeps them at bay a little while longer. They have to get a little more evidence, I would imagine.
Yeah, so since they can't do that, like since they can't come in guns a-blazing, what they can do is get the kids the fuck out of there.
Right.
So that's what they did. All the children were removed, leaving Roke 2 men and 8 women. And this is when it gets really bad.
That should have been the split the whole time, though. All right, keep going.
Yeah, so instead of being a nice guy sometimes with bad moments, he's a bad guy with worse
good
moments.
Yeah, just turns immediately.
So he would first, one time he castrated a male follower by tying a rubber band around his beans and franks until it eventually became infected and just fell right off.
You know, that's what they do to goats and like cows and shit. That's how they castrate.
That's not a goat, that's a man.
No, I'm just fucking telling you. That's how they.
I wouldn't buy man milk and put in my latte, but goat milk?
I mean, on the grand scheme of how you could get castrated, nicest way you could do it.
Okay.
Nicest way you could do it.
Yeah, he had a heart, obviously. Also, he was burning genitalia with soldering irons.
Could have been that guy.
Yeah, and he would also give them naked lashings and make people eat feces and dead mice. Because he's talking to God.
Because he's talking to fucking Yahweh.
It's either reason why the whole thing is because they weren't either showing their faith enough or because God said so. And this is where it all goes to shit.
Revolt. Eventually it's 10 on 1. Someone has to realize this.
Yeah, so this is when it starts to, get really bad. And then this eventually leads to the end. So in 1988, Solange Boyard complained of...
Solange? Like Beyonce's sister?
I think so.
Did they have some chocolates in there? No way.
They're French.
All right,
Yeah, so Solange Boyard complained of having an upset stomach. So if you remember Samuel complaining, how do you think it went?
Oh, no. She got beaten for sure.
Yeah. No, it was bad.
You couldn't even say you had a tummy ache? Fuck. You got the Iron Man?
Not to Roach.
All right.
You'll find a way to fix it.
All right.
Yeah, Bob the Builder style. I'm going to get in there.
Jesus. Was he also like malnourishing these people, but he was eating good and shit like that?
I think so.
Probably.
Maybe. Yeah. So what he did was he's like, I can help you with that. So he laid her on a kitchen table, removed her shirt, full-blown punched her in the stomach as hard as he could, and then jammed a plastic tube into her lower intestine where he began to give her an enema of oil and molasses.
What?
Yeah.
And she died immediately.
No.
What?
Yep. And he then cut open her abdomen, took out a small piece of her intestine, snapped it off. It was like, this is the bad part. And then stitched her all back up. I'm not going to shock you. She died.
I was going to say, yeah, you don't come back from that.
She died. She lived through the night, but died the next day. And this is where it gets really fucked up. So Roach didn't stop there.
Right.
He's like, she's not dead. I can resurrect her.
Okay.
So what he does is he cut open her abdomen, took that uterus out, plop on the side, and then removed one of her ribs because,
that's how they did it in
Eve
the Bible.
came from the rib of Adam.
God.
And then did some Dahmer shit.
Made like a
No, dude, drill the hole in the back of the head and proceeded to get every other member of the cult to do necrophilia.
what?
Yeah,
They fucked the back of this lady's head?
yeah.
That's what he thought was gonna bring it back.
I'm not gonna shock you. It didn't do much. Turns out that won't revive a lady.
Yo, if we all just try our hardest and really skull fuck Lillian right now.
Dude, I
swear to
honestly,
God.
reading this and writing this up, I'm just like, is this going to be too hard for the first episode?
I'm over here trying to tag it up and make it funny because you're just like, yeah, they took a Black and Decker to this bitch's cranium.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, he wore her rib like a necklace until he eventually got caught by the police.
Oh my God, yeah.
And the reason why he got caught by the police is
because he smelled like knuckle meat. Nigga.
No, he never left the commune.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, so the reason why he got caught by the police was a badass bitch named Gabriella Lavella. Levy. Lavely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lavier?
Yeah, she's a bad motherfucker, dude.
I guess, Patty, I guessed it without even looking.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. So Gabriella is not one who has not felt Roach's kind of medical mispractice.
Yeah, she knows what's good.
She once complained of a toothache and got 8 teeth removed.
Just a people's elbow.
Yeah.
Just hit with a 12-6 real quick.
Yeah. So after all of this whole Solange thing happened, he's like, I'm going to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
So she tries to run away in July of 1989. Unfortunately, she gets
quicker than
caught
that. Yeah.
by the one person you don't want to get caught by.
This nigga's on the fucking patrol too?
Yeah.
Damn,
So-
he's Jason. That would be petrifying.
what do you think the punishment of trying to run away is if the cool way of getting out of it was being on the ceiling, all your hairs are plucked out, and then he takes a poop on you?
Public humiliation, death immediate? Like,
No. So what he did was he took her inside one of the cabins and, like a fucking Scarface movie, pinned her arm to the wall with a hunting knife and then chopped it off with a chainsaw.
Jesus fuck.
And you know what she did? A month later, she fucking escaped.
Oh, she lived off that?
She lived and she fucking escaped.
You just don't have an arm anymore?
No, she hitchhiked and got to a local hospital in Toronto and initially was that's how Stockholm syndrome she was. Initially, she was apprehensive about telling them, like, Roach absolutely fatality'd my arm.
Yeah, why do you not have an arm right
Yeah,
now?
she said that it was broken in multiple places and Roach helped her until the police showed up and they were like, okay, we both know that didn't happen. And then the beans were spilled. And then so Roke or Vint gets like, police go to the whole Anthill kids like place. And they're like, all right, Roke, you go over there. You guys tell us what's going on. He's just be like, he made me fuck a dead body. I don't know what's going on. Please get me out of here. And so he gets sentenced to 12 years in prison.
That's it?
Yeah. Well, while he was being taken away, like they found out that he had done that shit to Solange, so he gets slapped with a life sentence.
Okay, I was like, 12 years for killing kids and cutting off a limb?
But not everyone was chirping, dude. Not everyone was ratting out.
Oh,
on
I'd imagine
Roach,
there's
'cause
some people who are like,
while
yeah.
he was in jail, he had 4 kids from the women of the Anthill kids who would come and visit him on conjugal visits. 4 kids.
I mean, at that point, yeah, there's probably a bunch of ladies that are just too far gone towards like, you're not coming back from that.
Yeah, so even though the cult turned their back on Roach and stuff like that, he was still doing shit. He got in trouble in prison for trying to sell his drawings and poems on a website called murderauction.com.
That sounds like a place you would go non-ironically, just so you know.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, they put real good shit on there.
Okay, and this is where it all comes to fruition. And the man, the myth, the legend, coolest guy in the story, Matthew McDonald, comes in. He's Roach's cellmate. And he gets very, very sick and tired of hearing about all the terrible shit that Roach has done because he's just premonition. He's the same Roach.
So he meets a real demon.
Nah, he meets a guy who's just like, shut the fuck up. And he stabs him in the neck like 14 times.
Kills him.
Kills him dead. And
That's probably a good
then
way to
Matthew
go out.
McDonald walks to the guard station, dropped his shiv on it, and said, and I quote, I'm going to do it in a Canadian accent, that piece of shit is down on the range. Here's the knife. I sliced him up.
Oh, yeah, he's really fucked over there, I'd say. He's fucking bleeding out all over myself.
Which added a life sentence on top of his life sentence, which I don't think he mind that much.
I mean, if you're already in, I mean, nothing has to be scarier than a nigga who got a life sentence already and is just like, what are
it's 2 guys who have life sentences just being like, all right, so we got to be in ourselves like this forever.
Yeah,
And
I'm
he's
under
like,
the jail already.
He's like, I once cut a kid's pee-pee and then took another pee-pee. I'm the pee-pee taker. I love castrating and taking pee-pees.
I just like to think his cellmate was so nonchalant. He was just like, I like to castrate peepees. And the guy's like, no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Just stabbed the shit out of him multiple times.
But Matthew McDonald and Gabrielle Lavallee,
Laviette.
those are the 2 heroes of the story.
Laviette.
And the fucking dickhead Roach Thoreau. What a bad guy.
Got smacked down.
What a bad guy.
What time we at, Patty? About
57.
57? That's not bad. Honestly, I think that is about everything that we wanted to cover. Honestly, I wanted to break into, you know what I should have done? This is my fault. We'll do a long read next time. Whenever you join the Patreon, we like to encourage everyone, go ahead and change your Patreon name to something fun and wacky. Usually at the end of every episode, we read the, and I'll send it to Patty for next time to sign in and everything so we can read it on here. But change it to something fun at the end of the public episode. We'll read the Patreon names. When you join the Patreon right now, we're running a special where you get 2 months free when you join. You get our highest level, the internal affairs level, which is the podcast. It's peeled back. It's less history. It's more about us. It's I've cried. Tristan said wildness, racial slurs, you name it. It's been a good time. But
It is a special offer. You also get a free bag of chips
yeah,
with the purchase of it aside.
yeah, you get some subtle racism and salt and onion.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but we're figuring out what we want to do next week. If there's a specific topic you want to hear, anything you want to hear us talk about, anything you find interesting, you want to hear a round 2 of something, go ahead and throw it in the comments. Make sure you tell a friend too. Obviously, the rebrand's coming with a whole new crop of people giving a fuck, paying attention. We got some fun guests coming up.
Sorry, mine was so dark.
No, I kind of like that. In all honesty, I like sometimes because I don't do dark well. I'll try sometime, but I can't do research on dark well. Like, that would make me sad the whole time to just be in my room, like, sipping a Bud Light, just being like, and then they threw the baby into the fire. It's just like,
Yeah.
All right.
Come on, it was a dead baby.
And then another lady fucking sacrificed one because the outlook was so grim.
Yeah.
She turned her baby into an icicle.
We're not cooking this one, dude.
Dude, that's like old school depression shit when you're like, yeah, no. You're like, the fact that
Traded my baby for a loaf of bread.
Yeah.
what? Yeah, I mean, if it ever gets that bad again. What do you think we do next week?
I'm trying to think. It's hard. I was thinking maybe something along the lines of maybe banned from TV.
Ooh, stuff you can't see on TV?
Yeah, like notably like stuff that was banned from like ever being viewed again, because there's a whole list.
What's the federation that regulates that? Is it the FCC?
FCC, yeah.
The FCC won't let me. Yeah. FCC bans and regulations.
Yeah.
I like it.
Catch us there.
Tune in next week. I like a nice sign off. You want to do something fun? You want to do a jingle?
I gotta go. We need to be done.
Yeah, we'll see you guys later. Hey, tell a friend about the cast.
Bye.